The Valdosta State Blazers will need a strong performance this afternoon to keep the #1 seed heading into the conference tournament after today's game. This will be the second time these two teams have met this season. The Blazers will look to improve on their strong home record today. The Blazers are nearly perfect at home, and they will look to extend that reign of dominance in this matchup. Lee has lost over half its games on the road, and they will need strong performances from their scoring leaders today. Kevin Tyus and Rico Overall combined for nearly 40 points per game, which is over half the team's scoring average. The Blazers will rely on a slew of players who know how to score at will. One such player is Bo Justice. He leads the Blazers from beyond the arc, where he converts on nearly 40% of his attempts. Justice is even ranked 4th overall in the conference while shooting from three-point range. Each team will also need strong performances on defense to contain these playmakers. The previous matchup between the two teams came down to the wire when the Blazers coming out on top with a 76-72 victory. This game should feature a similar level of excitement with the conference tournament right around the corner. Stay tuned for an exciting Gulf South Conference matchup right here on VSU-TV after this short PSA break.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion.
I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why
I chose
Division II.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to VSU-TV coverage of Blazer basketball. I'm Will DeLorenzo alongside my co-host Wes Harris as we welcome you to the complex at Valdosta State University. Now, Wes, we have a big game on hand today. Last regular season game for both teams, last game before the Gulf South Conference tournament starts, and on top of all of that, it's senior night for VSU. What are your keys to the matchups for both teams, starting with VSU?
Well, Will, first of all, VSU has to make sure their seniors stay focused on the game, as it is senior night, like you said, and they also have to avoid complacency, knowing that going into this game, they already have the #1 seed locked up for the conference tournament.
Now, on the other side of the court for the Flames, they come in having a bit of an up-and-down year. What's the key for them to steal a victory here?
Well, the Flames need to lean on Kevin Tyus. He had a great game against the Blazers last time out, in which the Blazers had a 76-72 victory. They played really well, and they want to find a similar level, as well as lean on Coach Bubba Smith to get them the victory.
Well, we're looking forward to a great matchup. Expect a lot of sparks to fly in this fiery game. It's Blazers Flames next on VSU-TV.
Valdosta, Georgia. It's all you need. With innovative minds that feed a thriving business environment, all with access to international contacts, and a university influence with championship teams. It's premier healthcare and a community that's metropolitan yet inviting. Valdosta, Georgia. All you need.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the complex at Valdosta State University. I'm Will DeLorenzo, alongside my co-host Wes Harris, as we get you set for today's matchup between the Lee University Flames and the Valdosta State Blazers. We're just about set for tip as we see Lee takes the first tip of the game. Check in as we look at the starting lineups for Lee. We have a senior, Kevin Tyus, a junior, Levi Woods, another senior, Rico Overall, and an early dunk by Jeremiah Hill. That's a way to get the crowd started in. As we see Valdosta State step back up on defense. A quick three from Lee, can't get it to fall, rebound was hauled in by the Flames. As we see a drive to the basket and a nice swat away by number 24, Justin Simon. An early block, and the complex is rocking already. Not a minute into this game as we see a three from Lee, can't get it to fall, rebound Sadiq Muhammad. The Blazers look to go quick as they get it to Josh Lemons. Lemons looking, throws the ball away as we see a fast break for Lee. That's number 12, Rico Overall, with the quick bucket for Lee. Lemons brings it back up the floor. And a bit of a hot start for both teams today. Wouldn't you say, Wes?
Agreed, Will. Both of these teams are coming out
running up and down the court, back and forth, fast-paced action. I think this is just a little bit of a taste of the tempo that we're going to get today as Jeremiah Hill barely misses the three ball.
Went in and out there for Jeremiah Hill. Rebound by Lee. That's number 1, Kevin Tyus. As they look to get it down underneath to Farley, he gets it out as we see a travel. That's called on number 25, Jervon Johnson. First travel foul of the game for Lee, as we see Valdosta State will inbound Josh Lemons and Jeremiah Hill in the backcourt as they bring the ball up. What have you seen so far from both teams, Wes?
Well, they're just getting the feel for each other early on in this game, trying to figure out which ways they want to score. As Sadiq Muhammad with the strong bucket down low. They're really just trading punches right now and trying to get caught up to the pace of this game because everybody's just running right now, Will.
We're only a couple minutes in, and we've seen that physical play is really kind of the undertone of this game. Both teams really hyped up as we see a steal by Josh Lemons. He's going down. It looked like he tried to get it to Sadiq Muhammad, but able to corral it and finish it again. Josh Lemons able to get more points or scores. Valdosta State 6, Lee 2 early on in this first.
You can feel the energy coming from these seniors. It's another steal.
Sadiq Muhammad goes up and he's fouled intentionally by number 12, Rico Overall. Crowd did not like that, but that'll send Sadiq Muhammad to the line. What did you see on that steal, Wes?
It's all energy right now from the Valdosta State side. I think what you're seeing is the seniors are really excited to be out on the court because everybody on the court right now is a senior except for sophomore Bo Justice.
They went ahead and called that a technical foul as we see Muhammad go to the line, able to knock down the first.
And that being a clear path foul, that's 2 shots and the ball for Valdosta State.
We see if Muhammad can knock down another one. A little unconventional free throw style there, getting real low in his stance, but it works for him as he knocks them both down. Valdosta State will take the inbound at the bottom. It'll be Josh Lemons to throw it in for the Blazers. Gets it into Muhammad, back up top to Hill. Again, passes to Lemon. Brings it up to the top of the court. He's looking to try to get it inside. Pass inside to Muhammad, a little too high. He swats it back, but Lee was able to corral it. They look to almost pull up, instead get it inside to Farley. There's a fight for the ball. They get it back out as they give it to number 1, Tyus. Tyus able to knock down that shot.
And Kevin Tyus has been their leading scorer this year, averaging almost 18 points per game this season.
Jeremiah Hill from the corner. Looked like he was almost behind the backboard on that one. Able to get it to fall. Jeremiah Hill really feeling it early on in this game.
And speaking of leading the team in scoring, Jeremiah Hill leads these Blazers with 19.5 points per game.
And how dangerous is it going to be if Jeremiah Hill gets started really early for the Blazers?
That is definitely going to be a problem for the Flames of Lee University. If Jeremiah Hill gets going, this team will feed off his energy, and everybody will get going off of his energy.
As we saw Woods with the missed 3, Muhammad passes it outside to Jeremiah Hill, back inside to Muhammad. Muhammad can't get it to fall. Rebound, that's number 0, Cody Jones, as we see an early substitution for the Flames, as we see another sloppy play and steal by Bo Justice. Bo Justice looking to penetrate, trying to get rid of the ball now, slowing it down just a little bit as we see Lemons bring it up. Coach Mike Helfer trying to get the call into his guys. It'll be Hill up top to Muhammad, back to Justice. Justice for 3, knocks it down. Bo Justice and the rest of the Blazers on fire here today.
I think it's safe to say that these Blazers are on fire, Will.
As we see Lee try to find an answer. Again, early on, your scores, Valdosta State 13, Lee 5. As we see try to get a pass to the outside that was last tipped and deflected by Jeremiah Hill. And it looks like the Blazers can't miss. And while we have some time, do you have an interest in the paranormal? Do you want a show that is offbeat and not stuffy? Then VSU-TV has the program for you. 30-odd minutes airing Saturday nights at 11 p.m. following Saturday Fright Special. If the truth is out there, 30-odd minutes will find it, but only by sheer accident. And it's no accident that these Blazers are coming out and performing. It's senior night today, and it's senior night, and all the seniors seem to be performing very well for VSU early on.
I feel like Coach Helfer made it a point to get his seniors on the court so that the energy would get going early. He knew that they were going to have the jitters, but you got to let them go, you got to let them play, and you got to let them get that out. If you notice, they've been giving Kevin Tyus all he can handle so far. As far as the defense on him, their hands have been pestering, moving around. They've got a lot of deflections on his passes that he's been giving up so far, and we're not even 5 minutes into this game yet.
We seem to talk about a lot about the Blazers, obviously, because they're up 13-5. But on the other side of the court for Lee, how do you slow this team down? They've gotten off to the hard start that I know that team did not want them to get off to. Well, what do you call? What do you call for to slow them down?
You gotta keep up with the pace of the ball. Really, I mean, they're tearing up the zone right now, and it's not really working for them because the ball is moving so fast. It goes from side to side, and there's really all they can do really is play the passing lanes and anticipate a bad pass maybe from Valdosta State. But they've been pretty crisp so far.
As we see Cody Jones inbound it to Kevin Tyus. Tyus, as you said, had Blazers all over him, but that leaves a man open. That's number 14, Parker Sadecum, able to knock down that three to cut this Valdosta lead down. Inside to Justin Simon. Justin Simon, the senior, able to get some more points on the board for VSU.
And so far, the real problem for this lead team is it doesn't look like they have an answer for anything Valdosta's doing. Simons was just wide open under the paint right there in that situation.
As we see, trying to get some penetration. Lee, that's number 12, Rico Overall, able to penetrate that Valdosta State defense and get some points on the board. Jeremiah Hill with a nice dribble knocks it down from three.
All those oohs and ahs that go along with an ankle-breaking crossover right there.
As we see a three taken by Cody Jones, rebound Lee, put back up inside. That's big number 32, Mike Cobain. Able to get some more points on the board for Lee as we see Jeremiah Hill with the ball again and another step back. Can't get that one to fall. But Jeremiah Hill seems to be having his way, obviously unable to knock that down as we see Lee go quick. And a nice spin move by Overall again. Gets it to fall, and that'll send him to the line for the N1.
And that was a beautiful move right there by Rico Overall. He's the team's second leading scorer, and this year from the free throw line, he's shooting almost 70%.
As we see an early substitution for the Blazers, Bo Justice out, Damian Young in, and another substitution, that's Codet in for Simon for the Blazers. This is Overall's first trip to the line today. Knocks down that early free throw. Kodak gets the gets the inbound into Lemons. Lemons bringing the ball up the court, looking to slow this offense down just a tad.
And you see how quickly that gap closed once the Leaf Flames got accustomed to the Valdosta State pace. It became a three-point game. But after that shot by Jimmy Codet, it's a 5-point game again.
We see Lee bring the ball back up the floor. It looks like they're trying to get some penetration. The big man's got it at the top. That's number 5, Ryan Montgomery, unable to hang on to that one. It looked like number 14, Parker Sadecum, tried to corral that misplay, but he wasn't able to do it, and ball goes out of bounds, VSU ball.
It sort of looks like the Leaf Flames are going for a different look here, whereas they take out their leading scorer, Kevin Tyus, and give him a break. They see how the Valdosta State Blazers are pestering him on the defensive side.
Valdosta State swinging the ball around up top as we see Lemons try to penetrate. They get instead the ball inside, back out to Lemons for 3. Josh Lemons knocks it down.
What's that old adage you like to say, Will?
When life gives you Josh Lemons, you let him play.
I like that one.
As we see Lee at the top, offensive foul, Blazer basketball. That foul was on number 32, Mike Cabani. That'll give the Blazers the ball once again with 12:44 left in this first half. Your score, Valdosta State 23, the Lee University Flames 15. Lemons brings the ball back up the court. Some nice swing passes around the top of the key for Valdosta State. The give is to Kodette, out to Young. Young looking to drive in, can't find anything there. Instead decides to pull it back out. Give is to Jeremiah Hill as the shot clock starts to wind down. They get it over to Kodette. Kodette fakes the pass, pulls up for three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound lead. That's number 33, Cody Farley. As the Flames bring the ball back up the court, that's a man wide open, 4-3. Ryan Montgomery unable to knock it down. Damian Young bringing the ball up the floor for the Blazers. Young swings out as we see Lemons try to set up a play. Gets it back to Young, inside to Kodette. Kodette trying to back him down. Goes up with the hook, can't get it to fall. Rebound number 1, that's Kevin Tyus. Steal by Young. Young goes back up, and he's fouled. Kevin Young, or excuse me, Damian Young. Fouled hard. That'll send him to the line for Valdosta State's first free throws of the game. As we see a quick timeout. And while we have a chance, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at some of these replays.
Here we have Jeremiah Hill early on skying for the jam to get the Valdosta State Blazers started with the scoring. From behind the backboard, the follow-away jumper, again, Jeremiah, he's just having his way. I feel like this entire package, we might see, oh, here we go. And that's Simon with a strong post move down low as they swing the ball around, and Kodette hits the jumper from the elbow. The Blazers have been all over with this game. I mean, everybody's touched the ball. Everybody's gotten the ball in the net. I feel like everybody's clicking early on. That extra bit of juice that they've got from this being senior night may help them keep this lead and push them over the edge, but it's still much too soon to speak on.
We've seen a lot of team basketball here today from Valdosta State, and you got to think Coach Mike Helfer is very impressed with his guys' performance thus far in this half.
I would say so. Apparently, if it's not broke, don't fix it, because he hasn't gotten Lemons or Hill off the court yet. They've played every minute of this 9 since the start of the game. We may see a new lineup coming in here, though.
Yeah, it looks like we'll see a couple substitutions for Valdosta State, and pretty much the same 5 for Lee. We see Bo Justice check back into the game, and number 1, Marquise Simuels, checking in for Valdosta for the first time. So we see Young at the line.
And on the season, Damian Young is an 80% free throw shooter, so you pretty much expect both of these to go in.
He knocks down the first. As we hear Valdosta State's coach chiming in. Young again able to knock it down from the line. The lead is 10 for Valdosta State. The inbound goes to Overall as Overall brings it up. He's got number 12, Bo Justice, on him. Overall trying to create some space, instead gets it back up to Tyus. Tyus looking to get rid of the ball, over to Farley. Inside to Montgomery. Montgomery drives, and he is fouled. That's number 32, Carlos Beverly, on the foul for Valdosta State. That'll send Montgomery to the line.
And that was a valiant attempt to draw the charge on Ronnie Montgomery, but Beverly just a little bit too tight to the rim. He was in that restricted area where you can't be planted there underneath the rim. It's a dangerous place to be at.
Montgomery is 71% from the line as you see him knock down the first one. And that cuts the lead to 9 for Valdosta State.
This is an interesting visual here where we have both number 12s for each team, and they just happen to be the second leading scorers for their team as well. That's going to be another matchup to watch. Rico Overall versus Valdosta State's Bo Justice.
As we see Montgomery come out of the game for number 3, Levi Woods, and Bo Justice looks to be taking over the point guard position for Valdosta State. He gets it over to Damian Young. Damian Young at the top of the key. Over to Simuels. Simuels looks to try to set up a pass inside. Instead, he's just holding it at the top. Over to Young. Young for 3, knocks it down. Valdosta State knocking down another 3-pointer. This time it's Damian Young. Valdosta State has been unstoppable from beyond the arc today. So we see Tyus get inside and get some quick points for Lee. Valdosta State's trying to go quick. They get it to Young. Young trying to dribble around, gets it inside. Nice pass to Kodet, and he's fouled. Nice series of events there. Nice passing from Valdosta State. Ends with Kodet going to the line, but it could have been a lot more.
The ball is just moving around on the perimeter for Valdosta State right now. And it seems like whoever's hands it touches, that's the person that's going to hit the shot.
That puts the lead back up to 10 for Valdosta State, but it seems like they're playing at a whole different pace than Lee is right now.
Agreed. And this pace is a little bit frenetic for Lee. As you can see on offense, even defensively, Valdosta's pushing the pace because Kevin Tyus doesn't look comfortable handling the ball when he comes down. He's a little jittery. He's looking for the pass more so than he is looking to attack and to score, and that's what he really brings to this team.
As we see Kodet knock down both. Your score with 10:36 left in the first is Valdosta State 30, Lee 19. And that's overall bringing the ball up the floor. He gets it to Farley. Farley looking back to overall, sets it up, overall driving to the basket. He goes, able to put it in. Nice move by Rico overall to get some points on the board and cut that lead for Valdosta State. Young at the top looking for Justice. Justice takes a step back. Got nothing but air on that one. Went straight to Kevin Tyus. Tyus got it to overall. Overall to Jones. Jones for three. Knocks it down. Cody Jones for three. That cuts the Valdosta State lead to 6.
And if you're passionate about if you're a passionate writer or just write for fun, here's an opportunity for you. Odyssey is looking to expand their team. Odyssey is an internet blog website that allows students to control the content. As a member of the team, you can produce at least one article per week on whatever subject you feel passionate about. For more information, go online to theodysseyonline.com to find the Valdosta State chapter.
And these seniors for VSU trying to write the final chapter of this regular season with the W here at the complex, but Lee trying to write their own story and get a huge upset against a heavily favored Valdosta State team. The lead is 6 for Valdosta State as we see Bo Justice bring the ball up the floor. It's Damian Young at the top of the key. He gets it to Marquise Simuels. Simuels, not known for being a ball handler, but gets it over to Young, gets it inside to Muhammad, back to Simuels, over to Justice, 4-3. Bo Justice can't knock it down. Last touched by Valdosta State. Josh Lemons checks back in for the Blazers as Marquise Simuels takes the seat. And how important do you think it is for Coach Helfer to get Josh Lemons and Jeremiah Hill back in this game as we see the lead kind of close to 6?
Well, you want to see those two guards back on the court just for the defensive pressure that they provide on the ball. Those matchups really help for the Valdosta State team with those being smaller, quicker guys. And they have the fast feet and the quick hands to keep the ball handlers for Lee unable to penetrate or even make decisions with the ball.
As we see a reach-in foul on number 3, Josh Lemons, the crowd didn't like it, but it looked pretty clear that that was a reach.
And oddly, Jeremiah Hill is in for Josh Lemons pretty much immediately after Josh Lemons was subbed in.
As we see Tyus with the ball, look to drive on Simon.
And a strip by Bo Justice.
And a beautiful strip by Bo Justice. Almost didn't even see it as we see Jeremiah Hill try to get it inside to Simon. His pass was just a bit too high, and the look on Jeremiah's face is he wishes he can have that one back. As we see a quick steal by Young. Damian Young once again. He did this earlier in the game. Another steal and quick points for Valdosta State.
And prior to that completely out of nowhere steal, I was going to comment on how flashy that pass that Jeremiah tried to deliver was.
Farley gets some points for VSU. Jeremiah brings it back up, gets it to Bo Justice, who gets it inside to Simon. And looked like he was touched. Ball went straight up in the air. He was able to corral it. That's Damian Young with the ball now. As we see Sadiq Muhammad gets it back outside to Jeremiah Hill as the Blazers look to try to set up a play now.
They've only got 8 seconds to get it off.
Bo Justice looks like he's going to hold. Gets it inside. Sadiq Muhammad, wow. It looked like Valdosta State may get a shot clock violation. Instead, it's 2 points for Sadiq Muhammad.
When in doubt, go to your senior big man.
We see Farley for Lee try to penetrate, gets it up to Tyus. Tyus pulls up, can't get it to go. Ball out of bounds, goes to Valdosta State as we take a quick timeout. What have you seen so far in this first half from both teams, Wes?
A lot of scoring, a lot of fast-paced action to the point where it's almost frenetic, it seems. I mean, the guys are just running back and forth, and it's quite frightening, actually.
It's funny you should say frightening, because VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 p.m. and midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Get your friends together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you. And I tell you what, this game is full of popcorn eating moments.
Very entertaining, yes. I get where you're going with that one.
It was a shot in the dark, but I figured I'd take it.
But yeah, the guys are just definitely running at their own pace. They're swinging the ball around, getting everybody involved, and every touch we get, what's going on here?
Cameraman got a nice shot of the bald spot by the ref there. As we hear the buzzer sound, that'll get play started once again. With 7:44 left in the first half, your score is Valdosta State 34, Lee University 26. It's been a Valdosta State lead since the early moments of the game. They haven't surrendered it yet. However, it got pretty close at one point as Lee closed it to 6. The lead is back up to 8 for Valdosta State. As we see Jeremiah Hill. Oh, my goodness. Damian Young with the one-handed putback.
And that was a lovely feed from the big. You don't see too many bigs that can pass like that down into the paint to a guard. That was pretty precise.
And how much does that speak to the completeness of this Valdosta State team as we see Rico overall unable to connect there?
I think it speaks to how versatile this group of guys that Mike Helford's put together is. I mean, he made sure to find the guys that he wanted that could do exactly what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do, if you understand where I'm going by that.
Yeah, we saw it early as we see Simon trying to back down and get some points. Justin Simon can't get it to fall. Rebound, Damian Young. Damian Young goes up, can't get it to go. Another rebound, fighting down low. Simon, and he's fouled. But we saw it earlier with Marquise Samuels at the top. A lot of the big men for Valdosta State have some pretty nice handles as well.
That's also true. A lot of the times, Helford puts in a play for these guys specifically to be at the top of the key and let the guards move around. They wrap, they flare, they cut through. They got all these different types of movements that the guards will go through just to confuse the defense and get people running into each other for a wide open shot on the wing or in the corner.
This is Simon's first free throw attempts of the game. Knocks down the first.
And on the season, he's 70% from the line, so he's a fairly solid free throw shooter as well.
That's something that you notice throughout the Valdosta State program, not just men, but women also. They are very stout in their free throws. And it's something that both coaches, Mike Helfer and Carly Coons, preach. As we see Rico overall bring the ball up for Lee. He gets it over to Levi Woods. Inside to Tyus. Tyus back up top to Montgomery. Almost stolen by Young. Instead, they get it inside. That's number 32, Mike Kobani, and he's fouled as he goes up for that shot. But how about Damian Young today? Been just about everywhere for Valdosta State.
He has. And that's another one of those seniors that's out here playing his last regular season game at the complex. He's going to make sure he leaves his mark tonight.
Kobani misses his first. He is only 68% from the line so far this season. As the Valdosta State crowd tries to get into his head, he misses both. And a nice heads-up play by Rico overall there
Rico took down one of our Valdosta State players over there by the stands.
I'm sure the chippiness had nothing to do with that. Lee gets the ball inside. That's Kobani with it. He looks to try to pass up top to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to drive, instead pulls it back out. Gets it inside to Kobani again. Kobani's driving to the basket. Mike Kobani able to get some more points on the board. That cuts the lead, the VSU lead to 9. As we see Valdosta State bring it up, that's number 12, Bo Justice.
And defensively here, you see Lee in the 2-3, and they go straight into the mouth of that. The kick back out to Jeremiah Hill and the miss.
Jeremiah Hill unable to connect from 3. And Lee looks like it's trying to go quick with Ryan Montgomery bringing the ball up. Looks like he's trying to set up a screen with Kobani. Instead, he takes it himself. Ryan Montgomery, a nice little switch in midair, but can't get it to fall. Rebound, Damian Young. And he's going straight to the basket. Damian Young can't get it to fall. Another rebound, Damian Young. And I tell you what, we talked a lot pregame about Jeremiah Hill and Josh Lemons, but Damian Young has been, like I said, everywhere for Valdosta State early on.
And this is his first year with the team, actually coming out of nowhere this season to get a spot on the roster, and not only get a spot, become one of the more dominant 6 men in the GSC.
Young is a senior transfer from Mississippi Valley State University. The Atlanta, Georgia native was honored before the game with the senior night festivities. And a bad pass out of bounds by Overall. He was looking to try to get to Montgomery. What did you see there, Wes?
The same thing I've been seeing all night. We've been seeing Damian Young all over the place, jumping into passing lanes. That time, he got real close to touching it, but good thing he didn't, because that's Valdosta ball.
Bo Justice bringing the ball up the court. As we see him get it to Jeremiah Hill with a man in his face just a little too hard. Rebound goes to Lee. That's Overall. With 4:53 left, your score is Valdosta State 35, Lee 28. As we see Montgomery go to the basket, and he's blocked hard by Jeremiah Hill. The pass outside to Bo Justice gets it over to, Marquise Samuels. Back up top to Young as they slow it down, but what a block by Jeremiah Hill.
Remarkable. See the bunnies on that kid?
He tries to throw it inside, throws that pass away. Coach Mike Helfers telling his guard that you gotta spin it just a little bit more.
And this is a bit of that senior night energy that you got going on right now, whereas you see a play like that happen and it just snowballs. But that time it didn't work out in Valdosta's favor. A little bit too clean and too flashy with that pass.
That's the sophomore Cody Jones bringing the ball up the court for Lee. He gets it to Kobani. Kobani trying to throw it inside, instead gets it back to Jones. Jones up top, and an almost steal by Jeremiah Hill. Instead, Lee retains possession as the shot clock starts to wind down. We're under 5. Jones takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound Valdosta State. Damian Young bringing the ball up the floor. Valdosta State looks like they're trying to set up a play. They get the ball over to that man, Jeremiah Hill. Gets it back to Young. And Young looks like he almost tripped himself there. Young with this crossover, can't get it to go. Rebound Lee. Lead is still 11 for Valdosta State. Rico Overall. As we see a reach called on Jeremiah Hill, but it's probably a good thing that he was called for that, because if not, it looked like Overall had a nice shot to the basket.
And so much is said about Jeremiah Hill's offensive abilities that he's almost overlooked on defense. I mean, he leads the team in steals. And here we got some replays. That beautiful feed from Muhammad down low to Damian Young, and another beautiful take. Rebound by Young. Sorry, he gathered his own miss. That was just a Young package right there. As you said, he's been all over the place, and offensively, defensively, he's been getting it done. But back to Jeremiah Hill, so much is said about his offensive game that people don't even pay attention to the fact that he does lead this team in steals, and he's been all in the passing lanes tonight, along with Damian Young.
It's been a theme tonight for Valdosta State so far. They're very active on the defensive front, especially down on that inbound play. We've seen Damian Young score 4 pretty uncontested points, just stealing an inbound or 2. And then on the other side of the floor, I think Simuels, Young, and Hill have all gotten in on what is a steal fest for Valdosta State.
As far as this game goes to this point, it seems that it's been a who wants it more type of game. The hustle has just been all Valdosta. There hasn't been as much dog in the Lee University Flames.
And just looking at some of the players, the Lee University Flames, just their players look a little bit tired, and whereas Valdosta State, you can see the shine from the players' sweat, but their faces don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down. See, overall with the ball, gets it to Tyus. Kevin Tyus kicks it out to Farley. Farley gets it to number 25. That's Jervon Johnson. Jervon Johnson able to knock it down. That cuts the lead to 9 for Valdosta State. As we see Jeremiah Hill get it to Marquise Simuels. Simuels cross court to Bo Justice. Bo Justice very active with his dribble. Picks it up, gets it over to Hill. Hill driving out to Codet. Codet finds Bo Justice again. He's got to pull up. Can't get it to fall.
But a
rebound.
fresh 34.
Codet gets it to Bo Justice. Bo Justice going around. Nice move in the air by Bo Justice.
And Lee's been making it a point not to let Justice get started because they've been all over him. Every bucket, well, I think that's his only bucket, his first, isn't it?
He had a 3 earlier in the game.
And that was hotly contested as well.
It was. As we see Johnson take another shot, rebound Codet. Jeremiah Hill bringing it up. Looks like the Blazers are going to go fast again. Gets Justice back to Hill. Jeremiah Hill trying to find some space. He drives to the basket, can't get it to fall. Rebound Lee, as we see Johnson bringing the ball up the floor.
And there's a lot of contact there. There's a lot of contact there on that last possession as Jeremiah drove to the basket, and he looked to have got hit in the mouth.
Overall, took a quick 3 there as we see a timeout on the floor. Taken by, I believe, Valdosta State. But quite a series of events going back and forth there. What did you see on that last possession for Valdosta State with Bo Justice making the nice move there at the end?
Well, I saw a reason to clear my calendar as well as why Valdosta should clear their calendars because the 16th annual Azalea Festival is right around the corner. With events ranging from live band performances to live animal displays, you are sure to have a good time. The fun will begin March 12th and run through the 13th in Drexel Park across from VSU's front campus. For more information on the specific events and vendors, please visit azaleafestival.com.
Wasn't sure where you're going with that one, but I like where it ended up. The Azalea Festival is always a fun time for people of all ages. So as we see Lee coming with the inbound, they get it into Woods. Levi Woods with a nice step back. Can't get it to fall. Rebound from Codet, gets it to Hill. Valdosta State will slow down for this final 1:30 left in this first half. We see a foul away from the ball as Jeremiah Hill takes a shot from the logo and knocks it down. It won't count, but it was still got these fans kind of amped up.
And what do you think is going to happen going out throughout the rest of this half, Will? You think they're just going to nurse this leader?
It doesn't look like it. Valdosta State very active on the boards. Didn't get that rebound, but we see Lee bringing it up quick. Codet with some nice man-on defense. Farley has the ball up top. Gets it over to number 14, Sadukum. Sadukum gets it to Johnson, back to Sadukum. Over to Farley. Sadukum has it one more time. Looks like he's going to try to drive. Instead, kicks out. Tyus for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Codet. Bo Justice looks to maybe slow it down instead, gets it to Jeremiah Hill. Jeremiah Hill trying to find some room, gets it out to Kodet. Kodet for the mid-range. Can't get it to fall. Got ahead of myself there.
That was a good call, Will.
As we see Jervon Johnson for 3. Cuts that Valdosta State lead down
to 8.
Valdosta State will hold as we see the the shot clock has been turned off. They will hold for the final shot of the first half. Jeremiah Hill gonna start something. 3 seconds left, gets it to Justice for 3. Knocks it down. Bo Justice at halftime. And that's your half. At the complex, your score is VSU 44 and Lee 33. We'll be right back with second half action on VSU-TV.
Here, we are a community of 11,000 individual stories.
A place where all doors are open.
Your home away from home.
Where you will make lifelong connections.
And you will never feel invisible. Here, you will write it, research it, sing it,
broadcast it, share it, serve it,
teach it, nurture, and own it.
VSU, over 100 majors, championship athletics, and just far enough away from home. Find out what VSU can do for you.
And welcome back to the complex as we get you set for second half action. I'm Will DeLorenzo alongside my co-host Wes Harris. And Wes, bit of an exciting first half for both teams. What are some adjustments that you've seen that you think both teams will made at halftime?
I feel like Lee University probably switched from the 2-3 that they were running and will either go man or probably do a 3-2 to stop all of the deep balls that VSU is dropping right now. The ball movement around the perimeter is too much for them to handle as far as staying up with the pace of the ball. On the Valdosta side, I feel like we're going to see more of the same. They're playing the passing lanes. They're being very aggressive. Their hands are active. They're pestering the ball handlers. They're not letting Lee do much of what they want. And them having 33 points is just a testament to how well they've been shooting today.
As we get set for the opening inbound here in the second half, expect a lot of the same for Valdosta State, maybe some adjustments as Wes pointed out for Lee. But we'll just have to wait and see as we have 20 minutes left in the 2017 regular season. We see Josh Lemons bring up the ball for Valdosta State. He's looking for his buddy Jeremiah Hill from beyond the arc. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Valdosta State. A nice fight down low. Justin Simon with some quick points for VSU. Not 15 seconds in, Valdosta State gets its first bucket.
And there you see that ball movement again around the perimeter as they're just trying to get the open shooter.
As Lee tries to respond from that early quick basket by Valdosta State, we see Farley at the top. The give is to Tyus. Tyus trying to find some room, gets it to Overall. Tyus telling him go. Instead, Overall takes it to the basket, gets his own rebound, goes back up. Rico Overall with a quick basket. And nice answer for Lee University. Jeremiah Hill gets it back inside to Simon. Simon out to Josh Lemons. Lemons looks like he's going to try to set up a play. He gets it instead over to Bo Justice. Gets it underneath to Sadiq Muhammad. Over to Simon. Simon again. Justin Simon with 4 points early in the second half for VSU. Your score is Valdosta State 48, Lee 35.
And it's looking a little different from the first half. They're pounding the ball in more deliberately now opposed to getting second chance opportunities and going from there.
So we see Farley, the big man for 3, can't get it to fall. Rebound Valdosta State. Justin Simon gonna get it to Jeremiah Hill. Jeremiah Hill trying to get the ball down low inside to Muhammad. He gets it to Simon, and Simon is fouled hard by number 3, Levi Woods, and it looks like Woods was trying to prevent another bucket by Justin Simon down low.
You can see the focus is shifted. They're trying to get the big men going early on, and maybe from there they'll get the 3-point to follow suit, as it usually does.
The inbound will be at the bottom by the basket. Jeremiah Hill throw in for Valdosta State, gets it to Sadiq Muhammad. The senior can't corral the pass. Looked like he got it poked away. It will stay Valdosta State ball. As Josh Lemons goes to inbound for VSU. Gets it inside to Bo Justice. Josh Lemons gets it back from Justice. Lemons dribbling around, tries to get it outside instead, gets it back, goes back up, gets his own rebound. Josh Lemons making lemonade early in this second half.
There go more hustle points down in the paint. Josh Lemons gets his own rebound not once but twice before getting that bucket to count. A great back cut by Rico overall, and a great pass also.
That gets some quick points. A nice answer from Lee, but they've got to start slowing down Valdosta State on the offensive end. They've scored points on every possession here in this second half. Back inside to Simon. Simon fighting around, gets up. Justin Simon from down low, 6 points in less than 3 minutes. You see Farley gets the ball at the top. He gets it over to Jones. Jones dribbling around, back to Farley. Farley drives, spins, goes back up and under. Farley can't get it to fall. Rebound. Sadiq Muhammad gets it to Bo Justice. Bo Justice going quick. Instead pulls back, gets it over to Josh Lemons. Josh Lemons from beyond the arc. Just off the mark. As there was a fight for the rebound. And nice work by our camera guy over there to protect the camera. Almost could have been a tragedy over there, but nice work by Jeremy Everidge. As we see Lee inbound the ball. That's Rico overall bringing the ball up the floor.
And we've seen a lot of Rico tonight. Usually the man with the ball now is the one that they have on the ball to get the points, but Rico's been having such a good game, they can't go away from him.
The man you're speaking about is Tyus. Tyus trying to back down Justin Simon, gets it instead out to Overall. Overall is trying to set it up as the shot clock winds down. We're under 5 on the shot clock. Blocked. As we see a shot clock violation on Lee. But how about the block from Sadiq Muhammad?
How about that whole defensive possession? I mean, the hands were out, passing lanes were protected. He had no choice but to try to force something up, and Sadiq said, no, not tonight.
Jeremiah Hill calling for the ball as he gets it instead over to Bo Justice. Bo Justice back to Hill. Hill driving, going up hard. Has the ball knocked away. It'll stay Valdosta State ball. Looks like Jeremiah Hill had his thumb knocked up. He's grabbing it right now. It looks like he might have gotten a little bit of a jam. He goes quick and is able to get the inbound as he gets it to Josh Lemons. Lemons looking to drive, gets it out to Hill. Hill from beyond the arc, can't get it to fall. Cody Jones drives, gets it out, Ryan Montgomery, and he's fouled by Bo Justice. He tried to get there to set what looked like set it up for a charge, but he couldn't get there in time, as we see our first substitution for Valdosta State and a media timeout. And while we have some time, VSU-TV presents Saturday Fright Special every Saturday at 9 p.m. and midnight. Join host Scarewolf as he leads you through classic monster movies on Saturday Fright Special. Grab your friends and get together and grab some popcorn before the popcorn grabs you.
I wish I had some popcorn right now. This entertaining and fiery matchup between the Leaf Flames and the Valdosta State Blazers has gotten me all fired up.
And I tell you what, I told our director beforehand that I was going to come up with some nice fire puns for these two teams. I haven't done it so far, so I'm going to have to work on that for later in the game.
Well, right now it seems like the medical staff is stoking Jeremiah Hill's flames over there on the sideline, trying to get that thumb straightened out.
It looked like he may have jammed it on that last drive to the basket.
And we have replays here of them feeding the paint. Sadiq to Simon for an easy bucket. And this is just how the half started out. Look at the hustle by Josh Lemons, getting his own board and tapping it back in. And the fight from Simon down low, pulling the ball away, going up strong and getting the bucket.
You know, we were talking just as we came in from half that we didn't really think Valdosta State was going to make that many adjustments, but it seems like they have. And that adjustment is to get the ball down low, especially to number 24, Justin Simon.
And that's been the focal point so far, is to get that paint, get in the paint and tire out that opposition. Every pass down low is a gut punch as Ryan Montgomery misses the free throw.
Montgomery, normally pretty reliable from the line. He's shooting 71% as he gets 1 of 2 there. And a quick substitution. Montgomery will come out for Parker Sedukum. As we see the inbound. And Josh Lemons brings up the ball for Valdosta State with 15:40 or so left in this second half. Your score is Valdosta State 52, Lee 38. They get the ball up top. That's Sadiq Muhammad from the free throw line. Can't get it to fall. Ball out of bounds. Looks like possession will stay with Valdosta State on this side of the floor.
There's some physical play going on down in the paint. We saw Kevin Tyus tied up with Simon just now down low as they were fighting for that board before the ball went out of bounds.
Josh Lemons tries to penetrate a little bit, instead gets it back out to Bo Justice as we see a foul maybe away from the ball. I'm sorry, the foul was on Sedukum, who was guarding Bo Justice on that last go-round. The give is to Justice. Justice from beyond the arc. Knocks it down. I believe that's a 3 for Bo Justice. Excuse me, for 2.
And that was a beautiful curl off the inbound. That play was drawn up to perfection. I saw some of that in the pregame with Coach Mike Helford drilling the guys on how to flare out and curl off of screens.
Valdosta State starting to pull away from Lee as we see Overall take that deep 3 and can't get it to fall.
And that was a good shot. He just missed it. It was wide open, and Overall is usually good for knocking down those type of jumpers.
The give inside to Carlos Beverly for 2 points. That gets the lead up to 18 for Valdosta State, which is the largest of the game.
And the charge. Beautiful draw, another charge by Josh Lemons.
Everything seems to be going Valdosta State's way in this second half. As we see Damian Young on the inbound. Looks like he's going to get it into Josh Lemons. Bubba Smith, the Lee Flames head coach, wasn't too happy about that last call on his. He looks pretty disappointed there on the sidelines with his team's performance so far.
Seems like he's trying to do a little last-minute coaching up with these guys on defense, telling them what to run.
Valdosta State looks like they're trying to set up a play. Lemons is sending Young back across court. He had run the full length of the backcourt there. The swing around on the outside. Bo Justice trying to create some separation. Gets it instead to Josh Lemons. Josh Lemons drives, pulls up, and your lead is 20 for Valdosta State.
What a beautiful crossover and step back and fall away jumper by Josh Lemons. That's some great technique right there.
And Lee has to be careful and make sure to get some points here. Comes away empty-handed. Do you think the game's starting to get away from the Flames?
The pace is definitely starting to get away from them. They're trying to run with Valdosta, and there aren't many teams, let alone in the conference, but in the nation that can do that. Talk about a fast-paced, high-powered offense. That was a quick turnabout. 14 points in just over 6 minutes.
This team is very finesse-driven, but we've seen a lot in this second half that they've just bullied their way down low, especially with Justin Simon and Sadiq Muhammad, and even Carlos Beverly getting in the mix for the Blazers.
And whenever you've got them winning in and out of the paint, that's a big problem because the exterior, it's a steal, a turnover by the Blazers. Levi Woods with the ball.
Woods gets it out to Johnson, back to Woods. As we see Woods drive, again can't get it to fall, and
it looked like he was crushed underneath Carlos Beverly on his way down. He's laying there. He took a foot to the back of the head and maybe got stepped on. That didn't look good for Mr. Woods, but he looks to be all right.
It's been a rough play as we see Valdosta State check in a couple substitutions. Damian Young as we see Sidokum for 3, knocks it down. It's the first points for a while, breaks a long run for Valdosta State. So we see a foul away from the ball on Valdosta. I believe it's on number 15, Sadiq Muhammad. That'll give possession back to Lee.
And they were fighting for position down there in the paint between Muhammad and Kabani. And that's where that foul was called.
Sidokum's gonna bring the ball up the floor. He gets it over to Tyus, excuse me. Tyus looking to pass, gets it back to Sidokum. Looks like he's trying to set up a play. A nice spin move by Sidokum. Mid-range, can't get it to go. Rebound Tyus, can't get that to fall. Rebound Valdosta State. Josh Lemons looks like he's gonna try to speed it up, gets it inside to Beverly. Beverly underneath and points for Valdosta State.
A beautiful possession off the miss by Tyus.
Lead back up to 19. Montgomery going hard to the basket as he goes up. He's called for the foul. It looked like he knocked his back or arms or something against the backboard there.
He kind of got caught up on Beverly's back on the way down, and Beverly kind of caught him.
Sounds like they called the foul on Sadiq Muhammad, but it did look like he got tied up with Beverly down low. That'll send Montgomery back to the line for some more free throw attempts. Montgomery puts the first in. That gets your score to Valdosta State 60, Lee 42, with 12:18 left in this second half. The Valdosta State faithful letting Montgomery hear it as he misses the second. And Damian Young will bring it up the floor for Valdosta State. Young almost lost the handles on that, instead drives to the basket. Offensive foul and a nice charge taken by number 5, Ryan Montgomery.
You know, I really appreciate the officiating here today. You can always tell a good officiating crew whenever you don't notice they're there. I've hardly even noticed these guys. I mean, I haven't had a reason to complain about any of these calls. Everything that's been called, I've seen clearly. Great game and great officiating so far.
The officiating definitely seems to be equal on both sides of the floor. It doesn't look like either team is getting away with much as Kobani tries to go up but can't get it to fall. Jeremiah Hill brings the ball up the court for a deep 3, in and out. And the complex really wanted that one. As we see Sidokum try to go quick, he goes across the court to Johnson. Johnson for 3, can't get it to fall. Rebound Jeremiah Hill. Jeremiah Hill going fast for Valdosta State. He's going straight to the basket. Jeremiah Hill tries to go coast to coast, can't get it to fall. Ryan Montgomery with the rebound. He tries to go fast with numbers.
And a late call, a block call on Josh Lemons. Well, he was clearly set up before Montgomery took off and way outside of the restricted area.
Guess that's what happens when you give the officials a lot of credit.
The commentator's curse kicks in for everybody. Nobody is exempt. And we've got a couple of replays coming back as that curl out by Bo Justice for the deep 2 cash money. The feed down into the paint for Beverly and the strong finish going straight up with the right. And Josh Lemons with the crossover, the step back, and the fall away splash. And the quick pass to Beverly for the reverse. A beautiful 2-man game between Beverly and Josh Lemons. I tell you, that man sure does know how to make lemonade. And we've also got a quick shot here of the crowd. The crowd's really getting into it. And that's the band, actually.
Getting back into the game a little bit. Lee came out in this second half. It looked like they were going to compete pretty well early on, but they just kind of hit what looked like a wall. And they've only scored a few points here in the second half, while Valdosta State has pretty much taken off with the physical play down low and a couple deep twos from people like Jeremiah Hill and Bo Justice.
Yeah, definitely. I feel the change in game plan to feed Sadiq in the paint and then allow him to do what he wants to do with the ball, whether it's kick it down to Simon or kick it out to Lemons to let him make a play, has been a huge change of pace that the Lee University Flames didn't see coming.
And Montgomery is going back to the line. Ryan Montgomery is, we've kind of harped on, is a 71% free throw shooter on this season. He's been all right today. Knocks down that one. Cuts the Valdosta State lead down to 60-43 as he tries to make his second. Puts it in. 60-44 as we see a check-in for Rico Overall, and Tyus takes a seat for Lee. Josh Lemons brings the ball up the floor for Valdosta State. See the big man Sadiq Muhammad inside to one and his buddy, Justin Simon. We've called Justin Simon's name a lot here in this second half. And it seems like every Blazer is getting their number and name called tonight for some points.
Well, really, it's been the Simon show since the start of the second half, as we harped on, as Tyus comes back in, as well as Bo Justice. And if you look at the matchups on the court, Overall is actually going to be guarding Jeremiah Hill as the game continues forward.
Justin Simon misses his free throw attempt. And Cody Jones brings the ball up the floor for Lee. Looks like he's trying to set up a play, gets the ball over to Rico Overall. Jones back to Johnson. Johnson drives, pulls up from the free throw line, puts it in. Jervon Johnson able to get the points for Lee University. Bo Justice running the point for Valdosta State. He gets it to Marquise Samuels, over to Jeremiah Hill. Jeremiah Hill trying to find some space to do something, gets it to Bo Justice. He finds some space, pulls up for two, can't get it to fall. Rebound, Marquise Samuels, and he's fouled. That'll send him to the line.
And before this foul called, I think Jeremiah Hill got away with a little bit of murder right there. On that screen he set for Bo Justice, he reached out and grabbed the defender, pulling him back a little bit to give Bo some room.
Marquise Samuels, not a great free throw shooter. He's only 53% from the line. We'll see if he's able to knock these in. Misses the first. With 10:07 left in this second half, your score is Valdosta State 62, Lee 46. Samuels makes the second. Increases Valdosta State's lead by one. Some full court pressure from Valdosta State. Josh Lemons on Rico Overall. Sadukum on with Bo Justice on him. Sadukum drive to the basket, hangs up in the air, can't get it to fall. Rebound Kobani. Kobani back up. And some more points for Lee.
And that's a big man.
Mike Kobani is a 6'8" senior, 250 pounds, transfer from Appalachian State. Justin Simon down low, and he's fouled hard by Kobani. The big man couldn't control his arms there. That'll send Justin Simon to the line.
The Blazers have been taking a bunch of trips to the line this game. And they've been capitalizing on the opportunity, more so than not, as Simon knocks down the first.
Every Valdosta State player is getting involved today. Justin Simon's having a big second half, but how important is it to get these two guards going for Valdosta State in Josh Lemons and Jeremiah Hill?
Well, when you've got the team clicking like this, you can accept the fact that your best two scorers aren't necessarily having their best games, but they're still contributing in other ways. They're moving the ball around. They're playing tough defense like that, and that's just a great play by Rico Overall to get the finish. He's been having a great game today.
That cuts Valdosta State's lead to 14. but was once a 20-point lead, is slowly dwindling down with 9 minutes and 16 seconds left. For Lee, Wes, what do you think Coach Smith is telling his guys to help him get back in this game?
To stay focused and stay in the game, not to give up stupid fouls like they did the last possession down, and just be solid on defense. Be patient and play your man. Do your job.
Bo Justice with the ball at the top of the key. He gets it over to Sadiq Muhammad. Muhammad drives to the basket, loses the ball as he tries to drive. It'll stay Valdosta State ball. And Josh Lemons will have the throw-in. Bo Justice with the ball towards the top of the key, gets it over to Josh Lemons. Josh Lemons trying to find some space. He drives to the basket. Nice move by Lemons, can't finish though. Ball stays here. We have a one-on-one call. That'll send Valdosta State to the line. Again, it's that man, Justin Simon, to the line. He knocks down the first. That'll give him a second shot. Coach Smith has to try to find an answer for Justin Simon down low. If you're over in his situation, what do you try to set up for the big man?
Well, earlier on, they were playing a 2-3 zone, and that wasn't working because the shooters were giving them all they could handle. And now they're playing a man, which also isn't working because Justin Simon is giving them all he can handle. At this point, I don't know what Coach Smith is supposed to be doing to stop these boys. The Valdosta State Blazers, that is.
Sadukum brings the ball up the court, gets it to Tyus. Tyus trying to drive. Instead, he looks for the pass again. Levi Woods on the outside. Woods trying to find some space as he dribbles over to Tyus. Tyus for three, knocks it down.
And the lefty finally gets him one to go.
Kevin Tyus from downtown. Jeremiah Hill tries to answer off the front of the rim, rebounds Sadukum. Sadukum coast to coast. That cuts the lead to 10 for Valdosta State as we see a timeout on the floor by Coach Mike Helfer.
He wanted to slow his boys down. He knew that they were going too quickly, and he didn't want them to get into a situation where the other team was within 10 points.
With just over 8 minutes left in this second half, your score is Valdosta State 65, Lee 55.
And it's been fairly interesting tonight. And I've got a question. Do you have an interest in the paranormal, Will? Or maybe you want a show that is offbeat but not stuffy? Then VSU has the perfect program for you. 30-odd minutes airing Saturday nights at 11 p.m. following Saturday Fright Special. If the truth is out there, 30-odd minutes will find it, but only by sheer accident.
With 8:01 left in the second half, it's no accident that Valdosta State is up. However, it may seem a little unorthodox to see Lee start to make this comeback. The lead was up to 20. It's been cut back down to 10. Valdosta State's got to try to find that momentum that they had coming out of the half.
Agreed, Will. Lee is by no means out of this game at all. It's still a very competitive game, and they're still competing. They're not done just yet. Valdosta may have taken their foot off the gas a little bit earlier by playing a little bit sloppier than they wanted to, or running a little bit quicker than they should have been. But regardless of that, they still have time to right the ship before Lee gets too close.
Do you think the answer is probably guard play for Valdosta State? Get these young guards in the mix?
I think the guard play is it hasn't fallen at all. I feel like it's just the change of game plan from Lee, the focus on the guards opposed to the interior, is what's changed the tone of the game as Sadiq Muhammad gets a bucket down low in a one-on-one position, as opposed to the first half where they had the 2-3 defense going on.
We've talked a lot about the defensive adjustments for Lee University as we see Levi Woods try to get some points there, and he's fouled while getting the rebound. Can you explain a little bit to our viewers the difference between a 2-3 zone and a man setup?
A 2-3 zone is whenever you have two guards up top, and their job is to pressure the ball as it comes down. If the ball comes to the middle, they either trap it, or if it goes to the wing, they follow it. And one of the wings, which would be one of your front court players, a forward or your center would come out to trap the wing.
Okay. Attention VSU students, spring break is right around the corner. The mid-semester break starts on Monday, March 13th and runs until Friday, March 17th. Be sure to make the necessary arrangements if you live on campus because most university operations will be shut down for the week. The university will reopen Monday, March 20th. Be safe and have a wonderful break.
And as I was saying, you have 2 up top and 3 down low. The purpose of that is to eliminate those bigs from getting in the paint and being able to do whatever they want down there. The downfall of the 2-3 is that you give up that 3-point shot if you don't close out to trap on the wings or up top quick enough, which is why they switched to man to take away that 3-point shot. And once they did that, the guards weren't as productive, but now you see the bigs are getting more involved in the game in one-on-one matchups where they don't have to worry about help defense coming over to swat the ball or pick it out of their hands on the way up.
Very interesting take there, and I appreciate the insight. For some of our viewers that may not be too familiar with basketball, we see Levi Woods head to the line for Lee. Woods is a 73% free throw shooter on the year, one of the better ones for Lee University as he knocks down the first to cut the lead to 11. Woods unable to corral the second one. The rebound is instead picked up by Jeremiah Hill, who sends it to Josh Lemons, and Lemons tries to set up the offense for Valdosta State. Hill inside, and it looks like Sadiq Muhammad is fouled. In the act of shooting, that will send Sadiq Muhammad to the line. A lot of free throws here in the second half for both teams. Do you think it's a sloppiness for both squads, or just the refs are starting to crunch down as we see Sadiq Muhammad miss the first?
Well, the way that the refs are calling the game hasn't changed from the start of the game. They've been strict throughout. Usually you see a lot of refs that'll let the boys play for a minute, and then after a while they go from letting them play to calling everything. But these refs have been consistent throughout the game. They've been calling it from start to finish, and that's why you see so many fouls, especially in a physical game like this.
Sadiq Muhammad misses, but able to corral his own rebound and go up strong for 2 more points for Valdosta State. An incredible hustle play by Sadiq Muhammad there. Sidokum brings the ball up the floor. He gets it to Farley. Farley back to Sidokum. Sidokum trying to find some space, gets it instead to Rico Overall. Overall with a spin move, but Bo Justice was ready for it. Overall to Tyus, out to Sidokum. Sidokum pulls up for the 2, can't get it to fall. Rebound, fight for the ball. It looks like we'll have a jump ball. We'll see where the possession arrow points. It looks like there's some confusion on which way the possession arrow should be pointing.
Well, they just switched it to Lee's side, but before Lee's possession, the possession arrow was pointing towards Valdosta State.
It will stay with Lee. Looked like the possession arrow manager just fell asleep a little bit there. Rico Overall takes the ball straight to the bucket, can't get it to fall. Fight for the rebound. Another jump ball. This time the possession arrow will in fact go to Valdosta State.
And would this be a good time to tell him that he only had one job? Not much else you got to worry about.
Jeremiah Hill on the inbound for Valdosta State as Lemon slowly brings it up the floor as it looks like Valdosta State's just trying to run a little bit of clock here and try to wind this game down so they can get ready for the Gulf South Conference tournament. Hill inside to Muhammad, tries to get it outside, poor pass. Rico Overall with the ball, throws the alley-oop. And Ryan Montgomery able to finish there. Cuts the lead to 11 for Valdosta State. Jeremiah Hill tries to get it inside. The ball is stripped. A nice fight for the ball by Bo Justice. Gets it to Lemons. Lemons into Muhammad. Muhammad is blocked by Farley. And Lee has the ball.
Coach Helford isn't happy with the officials. He's looking for a foul, arms stretched out, yelling at the officials, wondering where the call is. And right now, I'm sure he's not happy with this play either because it's fast and sloppy.
Tyus for three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Valdosta State. Josh Lemons going fast for Valdosta State. Gets it to Bo Justice. Can't handle the ball. It's poked away. Valdosta State basketball.
The fans in the student section need to keep their heads on a swivel because that one came in hot.
As we see a substitution for Valdosta State, the man who was everywhere in the first half, Damian Young. We really haven't called his name here in the second, but he checks in for Valdosta State along with Jimmy Kodet. He checks in for the big man, Sadiq Muhammad. Give it to Lemons. Lemons back out, back to the bucket. Josh Lemons with more points for VSU. With 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in this second half, your score is Valdosta State 71, Lee 58. Valdosta State trying to pull away from Lee. The foul called on Valdosta State. That'll send Tyus to the line. Tyus, one of the leading scorers for Lee University.
Kevin Tyus has been really struggling tonight. I feel like it's mostly the pressure that VSU's been putting on him every time he touches the ball, but the thing about him is, as he knocks down the first, he hasn't tried to force the game to come to him. He's really played his role as far as getting off the ball because he knows he's not hitting his shots and moving it around to his teammates in hopes of them getting some points and keeping the team alive as he misses the second. The ball's poked away from Kodet.
And Lee retains possession as Tyus looked to go up for the shot there. Instead, they get it back inside to Tyus. Tyus one-on-one. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Jimmy Kodet. Almost had the ball poked away again. Instead, gets it out to Josh Lemons. Lemons tries to go up fast. Give is to Bo Justice for three. Can't knock it down. Rebound from Tyus. Lee basketball in transition. The kick to overall for three. Again, he can't get it to fall. Rebound, Beverly. Foul on number 14, Parker Sadokum. It'll stay Valdosta State basketball. As we see the timeout on the floor.
And we've got replays. Justin Simon down low, banging in the paint. The man of the second half. Another feed down low to Sadiq Muhammad. And this has been the story of the game, really. Well, the story of the second half. Feeding the ball into the paint. Josh Lemons getting to the paint, everything in the paint. That's what the story of the second half has been so far, and that's how they've been able to extend this lead and keep the lead Flames out of reach for the most part, Will.
And this, it really just speaks to the talent level and the coaching of Valdosta State. There's a reason they're the #1 team in the Gulf South Conference, and it's a play like this. You come out in the first half, and you knock down all the threes in the world, so the opposing team makes the adjustment to take away those threes, and you go right back down inside with big bullies like Charles Beverly, Sadiq Muhammad, and Marquise Simuels, and Justin Simon, of course.
And you could almost call it a tale of two halves, whereas neither tale is bad for Valdosta State. They did it from the outside in the first half and on defense, and now they're doing it on defense and in the paint in the second half. And the consistent key to that has been the defense, as Beverly misses both free throws.
Unusual sight for the Valdosta State faithful. Valdosta State normally very good at converting free throws. The give is to Tyus, and he is fouled hard by Marquise Simuels. That'll send him to the line.
And we're in a bit of a scoring drought right now, aren't we, Will?
Just a little bit, and may not necessarily be a drought, but the way these two teams have played, if one team wasn't going 100% and getting buckets, the other team was, and it just seems right now that both teams are just trying to find some answers for the adjustments that their coaches have made. So we see Tyus knock down that free throw. Cuts the lead to 11 for Valdosta State. Still a lot of work left and a lot of basketball left. So by no means is Lee out of it. Tyus attempting the second, knocks it down. The lead is 10 now. As Josh Lemons brings the ball up the court. That's a man that hasn't had a break in a long time. Damian Young at the top of the key. They gave him some space, and he gives it to Justice back to Lemons. Lemons driving to the basket, tries to go up. It looks like he lost the ball a little bit, may have had it poked away. Coach Helfer is looking for a foul call. He thinks there was a little bit of a reach in there. Lemons tries to get the ball inside. Instead, gets it outside to Sadiq Muhammad, who gets it to Damian Young. Young to the basket, can't get it to fall. Rebound Beverly. Beverly back up. Valdosta State points.
And the bigs are getting it done on the glass for Valdosta State.
Rebounding, always a huge factor in any basketball game, as we see Lee. That's Sadokum for 3. Knocks it down. That cuts the lead to 9. It's the lowest it's been in the second half. Damian Young thought about shooting that, instead pulled it down. Josh Lemons has the ball at the top of the court. Gets it over to Bo Justice, back to Damian Young. Young trying to find some space, gets it back to Lemons. Tries to set up. We have a foul away from the ball.
And the crowd chiming in on what they think about that foul.
Kevin Tyus called for the foul there. As we see a timeout on the floor for Valdosta State. With the lead down to 9, just a couple shots there. What do you think that Valdosta State has been playing too conservative?
I don't necessarily think so, but the College Republicans will host a general meeting on March 7th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come meet and greet with fellow Republicans and political thinkers. The meeting will take place in Odom Library. Conservative values are what the College Republicans believe in. If you do as well, then this meeting is for you. That's a nice little lob you threw me right there.
Again, the lead cut down to 9 for Valdosta State. Lee got their way back into it. If you're Coach Bubba Smith, you get your team back from being 20 down. What do you say to him to try to push them over the hump to get a lead in these last 3-12?
Well, you got to get them to focus on doing more of the same and keeping that same mentality they have right now. Earlier, I said they didn't have enough dog in them, but this whole second half has been nothing but dog from the Lee side. They've been fighting them down low, and they've been keeping them off the three-point line, and that's the key to it. They can't extend the lead if they don't get to do what they do best.
And we see the second half, the action about to start again. With Valdosta State at the line, it'll be Carlos Beverly shooting some free throws for Valdosta State. Beverly stepping to the line here. Knocks down the first. That gets the lead back up to 10 for Valdosta State. And
it's always nice to see Beverly hit a free throw with him being a 40% free throw shooter on the season.
I'm sure Coach Helfer likes to see that. He misses the second one. However, again, the lead back up to 10, 74-64 Valdosta State with 3 minutes left in the second half. As we see Sadokum for 3, knocks it down and 1. Parker Sadokum from downtown with the pressure in his face, and he has a chance for a 4-point play.
That was amazing on Sadokum's part. That was absolutely amazing.
Sadokum, the little guy, measuring in at only 5'11", 160 pounds, the point guard at a Brentwood Academy in Brentwood, Tennessee, knocking down a huge shot for Lee and converting on the free throw for the 4-point play. 74-68 Valdosta State lead with just under 3 minutes to play.
That might have been all the momentum that Lee needs to get back into this game. You can feel the energy.
Jeremiah Hill to the basket, gets it to fall, and 1. That'll send him to the That'll send him to the line.
Speaking of energy and momentum, I think Jeremiah Hill may have just stolen the energy back for this crowd.
Nice response from Valdosta State after Sudokum hit that nice three and got the 4-point play with the foul. Jeremiah Hill comes right back and sends himself to the line for a 3-point opportunity. Knocks down the free throw. And with that, Jeremiah Hill has scored 1,000 points as we see the faithful in Valdosta State give him a hand. He is the 23rd player in Valdosta State history to score 1,000 points. And a nice standing ovation for Jeremiah Hill. And not only was that free throw crucial for him, but it's also crucial in this game. Tyus for three, can't get it to fall. Rebound Farley, back out to Tyus, another three, knocks that one down. Kevin Tyus cuts the Valdosta State lead to 6. Coach Helfer very upset with some of his basketball players after that nice moment for Jeremiah Hill. They weren't able to get back on defense and stop Lee from scoring. We'll break out the board games. The Anime and Magna Club is hosting a general meeting on Tuesday, February 28th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the Student Union Theater. If you have a passion or interest for anime or Magna, stop by and socialize with the club. Who knows what connection you might make.
And that was a heck of a connection right there by Kevin Tyus, connecting with the bottom of the net for 3 and cutting this lead to 6. My goodness, we have a game tonight, folks.
It's been a very interesting matchup. It looked like Valdosta State was going to pull away early in the second half, getting the lead to 20, but Lee able to close the gap back to 6.
Well, if you're going by just the records, a lot of people would have counted this Lee team out to just have given up at that point. But if you go by history, Valdosta State actually struggled in the first matchup with them, with Rico overall barely even playing, in which they got a 76-72 victory.
And a nice putback by Justin Simon. We haven't called his name in a while, but it was a nice putback there after the Josh Lemons miss.
And we've got replays coming to you. As you see Jeremiah Hill driving to the lane for a beautiful 3-point play. He finished with the free throw. And there you see Justin Simon cleaning up the miss by Josh Lemons and getting 2 points.
More under the basket and inside the arc play from Valdosta State here in the second half, knocking down more shots.
And every shot that they've knocked down, Lee has answered back with a shot of their own, keeping this game as tight as it is now. I mean, who would have guessed at the point where the lead stretched to 20-plus points early in the second half that we'd have an 8-point game coming down to the last 2 minutes.
Valdosta State looking to get a stop here on defense to try to get the ball back and stretch this lead. The lead is now 8 for Valdosta State after that made free throw by Jeremiah Hill and then the quick points by Lee. The give is to Tyus. Tyus trying to find some room, instead pulls up for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Justin Simon. The give is to Bo Justice. Bo Justice trying to go quick, instead slows it down. Gets the ball over to Josh Lemons, who gets it back to the man of the hour, Jeremiah Hill, who gets it to Bo Justice, back to Lemons. They look like they're trying to penetrate this defense a little bit more. Instead, they kick it out. Justice with the spin move, trying to find some space. Kick out. Bo Justice for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. Ryan Montgomery. The give is to Sidekum. Sidekum to the line, and it's blocked away, but caught by Rico Simon.
Mike Helfer is irate with the officiating. He can literally, he said it himself, he cannot believe the calls that they're making right now.
That'll send Kevin Tyus to the line to close this Valdosta State lead. Try to get it back to 6. The smallest margin it's been in the second half. Misses the first.
On the season, Tyus is a 71% free throw shooter as he hits the second.
Quick substitution in. That's Cody Jones coming in for Farley. As it looks like they will go full court pressure from Lee. Jeremiah Hill with the ball over to Josh Lemons. Lemons trying to drive, able to split some defenders. The kick to Bo Justice for 3. Knocks it down. Bo Justice from downtown. Sudokum brings the ball up the floor. The lead back up to 10 for Valdosta State with under a minute to play. Kick out. Sudokum for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. Sadiq Muhammad gets it to Josh Lemons. Lemons brings the ball up the court. He's trying to run some clock here. As we see a foul called on Parker Sudokum.
It's been a while since the last three-pointer we've seen fall for Valdosta State.
But that last one couldn't have come in a better situation. Bo Justice from the corner able to knock it down, get that lead back up to 10. Give Valdosta State a little bit more of a cushion here with 40 or so seconds left. Josh Lemons can't get the first one to fall. Coach Helfer getting some defensive calls out to his guys as we see the substitution. Tyus is coming out for number 23. As we see Lemons knock that one down, and number 23 is Isaac Moran subbing in for Lee. Sudokum brings the ball up the court. Give back to him. Almost tipped away. As we see a nice catch by Moran. Sudokum drives. Montgomery for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Valdosta State. Sadiq Muhammad will hold. And it looks like that'll do it for the ball game. So Valdosta State closes out its regular season with an 83-72 victory over Lee County. They head into the conference tournament next Tuesday here at the complex for GSC Conference basketball. Again, at the end of the game, your final score is Valdosta State 83, Lee 72. I'm Will DeLorenzo for Wes Harris and everyone here at VSU-TV. Thank you and have a great night.